What's up guys? In this video we're going to be looking at the advanced features, a couple of bits of kit that we carry, namely the Vector 21 and the MicroDagr, and how they can be used together to accomplish a few different things. Most of you will be aware, familiar with a vector, primarily used to calculate range. So by pressing and holding R, you get your little circle cursor there, pointing at the target, release R, you've got your range. Same thing with tab will give you a bearing. Press and hold tab, point it at what you're after, release tab and it will save it. But it can be used for a few other things as well. One of those things is to calculate the 10-digit grid reference of a given point. But to do that you need to connect it to the MicroDagr, so I'll show you how to do that. If we open the MicroDagr by pressing home twice, we then click on the signal battery bar at the top and it'll give you a few settings. Click connect to and it'll automatically connect it to the vector. Now you'll see that the screen has changed very slightly on the MicroDagr. We've got the little laser icon in the top bar there just to let you know that it's connected to your vector. The main screen, everything above the line in the middle is our position. So we're currently at grid 065, 052, 80 meters above sea level. Everything below that line is what we're looking at. So you'll see the bearing there moves as I look in a different direction. So if we wanted to know the position of that compound, for instance, to call in anything from mortars, artillery, airstrikes, or even just for some advanced navigation, if you want to highlight a very specific building, you can use the vector to calculate your 10-digit grid reference. So what I'm going to do, I've set up a camera, looking at my keyboard, because some of these key presses are a little bit hard to explain, so hopefully this will help. So in order to send your vector data to your MicroDagr, look at the target you're interested in. For argument's sake, let's just say it's this building. Press tab and R together and hold them until you get your little circle and crosshair, and then release it. Again, it will give us the range and the bearing, which it did before. This time, if you look at the MicroDagr, that's lower half of the screen. It's also telling us that that building is at grid 06081, 05604, 24 meters above sea level. It's 0.637 kilometers away from us. So all that information is really useful if you're communicating to a mortar team or helicopters, jets, trying to identify a target. Another feature of the MicroDagr is that it can also tell you things like inclination angles. So for instance, if you're trying to identify a target on the side of a hill, rather than trying to describe to your colleagues, it's up there near that tree, or the third rock from the right, and that kind of language, which usually takes a while for somebody to identify. You can say such and such a target by holding R is 805 meters away, holding tab, bearing 290. If I then press and hold tab, on the right hand side there you'll also see the angle to the target. So you can also say it's 4 degrees, plus 4 degrees, and that will just make it that little bit easier for your colleagues or whoever it is that you're trying to communicate that target to, assuming they're in your position of course, to identify what you're looking at. As you'll have noticed from that last example though, the bearing system in degrees isn't the most accurate, so you'll notice there it's quite a bit of travel up and down before that figure changes. One way around this is to switch your vector to the milliradians or mils measurement, which is a lot more accurate. This is particularly useful when you're calling in things like artillery, because they will use mils to calculate their bearing to target, and it just allows for more accurate fire. So to change the settings of the MicroDagr, you tap tab 5 times into the settings page. So on the left there it says 360 degrees, and then on the right 51-U. By pressing R, that left figure will change to 6400. That's the total number of mils in a full circle. Tapping tab 5 times again will save that. That way when we use the commands we've already looked at, instead of bearing in degrees you'll get a bearing in mils. Same goes for your elevation angles as well. It just allows for a lot more accurate measurements when it comes to where you're pointing. Now, another really useful feature of the MicroDagr and the Vector together, particularly from an artillery point of view, is calculating the fall of your shot. So, for argument's sake, let's say that we've just tried to call in a mortar strike on this building here, but unfortunately missed and hit this building here. What I need to do now is tell my mortar gunners how to adjust their fire to get the rounds on the correct target. So to do that, we need to calculate how far away the shot landed from the target. Now to do that, you press and hold tab, and then tap R, get the 1-P notification and the little circle there. So that is always, the first point is always our intended target. You'll notice that I'm still holding on to tab. If I move over to where the mortar actually landed, and release tab, these are the instructions that I need to give to the mortar crew. So they need to adjust their fire right 17 meters and drop 33 meters. Now this only works if you've already informed mortar team about your bearing to target in mils. So that's just something to be aware of. Assuming they know where you are in relation to the target, those left and right and add and drop calculations won't mean anything to them unless they've got that information.